What is up, guys? Welcome to BoomerBase. Today we are here to talk about Zack Snyder's newest film, Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. So let's get into this abysmal movie. Let's get cracking. But before we get to the real content, if you end up liking what you see and want to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified anytime I upload. So, let's talk about Zack Snyder's latest movie release, the 2023 flop Star Wars fake remake. Lord almighty, have I got a lot of negativity to say about this film. So let's start with some positivity. I think the world itself looked really good. I think there was decent music and things. I think there was decent special effects. Some bits didn't look that amazing, but it still all looked good. If you told me it was a Star Wars film, I'd have believed it. I'd say it was on par with the Disney Star Wars films in terms of just look and things. So I think overall that's not terrible. I mean, we had some very cool looking characters. Jimmy, the robot, looked very cool. The sort of C-3PO Rogue One. I can't remember what his name is. Looked all cool. I think some of the costumes looked really cool. Some of the aliens looked very cool as well. But nothing new and nothing special. I think that's it, to be honest, for positivity for me. My Zack Snyder sort of appendage that I've seen Watchmen. I've seen Sucker Punch, the non-director's cut. I've seen Batman vs Superman, non- and director's cut. And I think that's it. Oh, I think I saw 300. I think that's a Zack Snyder film. I'm not actually going to have to look, as I feel like I am... Did he do 300? Yes, he did. I've seen that as well. And that's honestly it. I'm just going to have a quick look, just to make sure that I'm not just forgetting something. Army of the Dead. I've also seen that. I've not seen Justice League. Oh, I've seen also Man of Steel. And yes, that's now definitely it from having a quick look. And one thing that very much bothers me with him, Watchmen, I don't actually know if there's like a director's cut. I don't know which one I watched. I just watched that. Army of the Dead, I don't think there appears to be. But for someone where you're now known for having to release a director's cut to show the film that you actually wanted to show is not a good thing. Like, I really have to emphasise, it's not a good thing. I understand that there's politics when it comes to films to get a film out that audiences enjoy, but it shouldn't be a case of that even without a director's cut, you're still putting out mediocre to bad films. Army of the Dead still looked all cool, but just not a good film overall. I've heard very good things about the Zack Snyder's Justice League, so I'll leave that at that and put that to bed. Sucker Punch, hated it, but heard the director's cut is good, and that's not what I want. Man of Steel, I enjoy Man of Steel, but it's not my favourite cup of pennies, in honesty. 300 was good as well, and then Watchmen was really good. So that's my Zack Snyder talk. So let's talk more about Rebel Moon. Wow. This was ChatGPT got hold of being able to make a movie and just made a movie. There's nothing new and original in this film. It feels like you're watching a combination of insert any sci-fi movie and then add whichever Star Wars movie that it corresponds to at the time, and you've got that. The beginning felt so much like Rogue One, then it started feeling like A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back and things, and it was just... it was really painful to watch, and I'd honestly give this like a 3 or 4 out of 10, and I had to really push myself to watch this. I watched it with my friend Luke, and I said at a few points, I was like, if this happens now, I'm turning it off, because nothing felt new. It was like the Magnificent Seven mixed with Star Wars. Cora is your main character, played by Sophia Boutella, however I pronounce that, the lady that you saw in Kingsman. She's also in The Mummy, and I think a few other bits. She basically used to be part of the militia I didn't even remember what they were called, to be honest. Let's have a quick look. For the Motherworld. She used to work for the Motherworld after her family got all killed, so she got adopted by the Motherworld, and then fought for the Motherworld, then left to some degree, which you don't find out a whole lot about. And Motherworld ship, the King's Eye, I think it was called, comes down to this like farm world that she's on, and they cause havoc, and then she watches someone nearly get raped after sort of saying like, I'm not going to help at all, I don't want to fight anymore, fuck you. A girl nearly gets raped, she kills all the guards from the Motherworld ship, and then goes on a weird ragtag of, let's go find the rebels and let's start picking up, just insert a character, insert a character, insert a character, and then suddenly you have like the Magnificent Seven. She goes and picks up General Titus, she gets Atticus, not Atticus, she gets Nemesis, she gets Kai, she gets Tarek, and then she picks up Bloodaxe and Devra alongside the farmer Gunnar, who knows nothing other than to count seeds. I mean, each of the characters are kind of cool. I'll give them that. Atticus Noble was in... Atticus Noble is the sort of the savior of the Motherworld. He's the big bad person. He's also played Ajax in Deadpool, and so I give him big props, to be fair. He does play a very unlikable character that's just a prick. His weapon of choice is this weird sort of like hardened gold bone type of thing, and that was kind of cool. You know, you don't see that as every weapon. I mean, Nemesis, played by Bae Duna or Donna, she has kind of lightsaber-esque things that look very cool. But again, it's nothing new. It looks like Star Wars. The world looks like Star Wars, and I understand to a degree that it's hard to do something new when you have lots of Star Wars. But there's no new tropes here. You got the rebels, you got the empires, you got the rebels fighting back. You got cool like laser swords and shit. You have like bounty hunters, like Kai just had a ship. I was honestly, that was one of the points. If he had a fucking giant furry animal on board, that was one of the points I was going to stop the fucking film, because I was like, oh, we've got our Han Solo here. And just it's crazy that it just goes to, oh, I'm Cora, I'm now gonna go find, I found Kai, whoop-de-doo, let's go look for some rebels. Boom, I found Tarek, he's a rebel enthusiast. Boom, let's go grab Nemesis. Oh, now we found General Titus, let me give you a line or two of words, and boom, you're now with us, you're with the movement. Oh, look, now we found the blood axes, now we've got them together. Boom, boom, boom. It just all happens like for the sake of the plot, and I hate it. Literally hate it. Sophia Boutella, who plays Cora, somehow to me she's more unlikable than Rey, and I know that's saying stuff. Like, her character is kind of badass, but I just find her so unlikable. And now I think it's only minutely worse than Rey. If I was to rewatch the Star Wars, I'd probably go back on that, but just from memory at least. But wow, she was just unlikable. My favourite character in this was Kai, and I'm so pissed off that Kai ended up being a bad guy. Like, that sucks. Anthony Hopkins as Jimmy the robot was very cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. You saw a weird bit at the end where he's got reindeer antlers that you can see just over here on the picture, which looks kind of cool. I don't know if he's going to start fighting for the Earth now or something, but wow. I was very flabbergasted. Like, I'd heard not very good things about this movie, and I was very worried to watch it, and I thought it was going to be just like, you know, a 6... you know, maybe 5, but I really did not expect it to be like a 3/4 for me. Like, it was bad. There was definitely points where like I was like, something's missing here. We've missed context. Why have we not got this? The film doesn't flow well at all. And like, I just don't like it. Like, I don't think Zack Snyder did much research into this film. Maybe it's, you know, something to do with the fact that it was to do with Netflix. Maybe they didn't give him enough time. Maybe they didn't allow him enough time. I know that this was proposed as a Star Wars movie, and it just then didn't take off. Like, the film's narrative is just weak, and I don't have crazy amounts of, you know, data to go off for Zack Snyder, but his stories aren't very strong, and it's a bad part. You know, I don't even know if there's going to be toys released for this, but I hope there isn't. You know, I wanted this to be good. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, shit me, this could be really fucking cool. But it's just not. Like, I missed the creator this year, and I've heard similar things, but the creator still actually has performed well. It's got like a 6.8 as an average, so that's not terrible. This is like the low 5s now, and it probably will just get worse. There's, you know, a lot of people talk about the reviews where they're just like, I just want a good sci-fi, you know, so close yet so far. And one of this comment here of everything you've seen done before blended together with a scoop of mud. That's a perfect way to describe this film. And then, Lord, my biggest gripe with this entire film was the slow motion. Every 5 minutes, slow motion was happening, and it was god awful. Like, how much can you use slow motion? Like, why did he do so much? Like, I don't think there was this much in other films. Like, sometimes in a fight scene, it's kind of cool. Especially if the character does something where the slow-mo just emphasizes the choreography and things. But this, every time something was happening, it was slow-mo, slow-mo, slow-mo. And then Cora ends up being this weird, like, rebel. She's the most, like, bounty high person there is, having some weird almost name like Astreus or something. And God, like, Atticus Noble gets beat up. He's pretty much dead. He fell so far at the end of this film. And then he gets revived and brought back to life. And then, his master was flipping Fra Fay's character, Belisarius, who was the one that adopted Cora and things. And just, oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. I genuinely don't actually want to talk about the film anymore. It's riling me up in not a good way, so I apologise. I don't think this film is worth watching. By all means, go make your own judgment. If a director's cut comes out, I will give it a watch and give it the benefit of the doubt. Because I could see that there was points where this film was missing context, so maybe with more context, maybe with more stuff, give it another hour or two, maybe it could be a better film. I don't think, from what I saw, you could get me to a 7 or 8, but I reckon it could get for us to a 6, maybe. Maybe higher, maybe we could go to for a 7, if we had all the cards on the table. Now, having it as a part 1 and part 2, I don't think that helped. I reckon you should have just gone for, I don't know, film number 2. Because it's now starting to feel like a trilogy of films. And I don't know. Not happy. Not happy at all. I'm sorry for a more negative movie review. I don't like doing it. I tried to be really positive. I was like, you know what? I'll try and do a good spin on this and do some positivity. But you've lost me. Give Rebel Moon a watch. See what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas and a lovely New Year. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.